Hello, coming to you with just a little word that I think the Lord dropped in my spirit that I believe might be beneficial to many of us. And it is simply this when we look at faith and we want to know, how do I know if I have faith? How do I know if I'm truly believing? I believe I have a telltale sign that will let you know if you actually have faith, but it's quite different than what you would expect and very different from what you would anticipate. However, I do believe it is a sure way sign to show that you have faith. So let me just throw it out there. A huge way to know if you have faith is if you're disappointed. Yeah, that's right. I'm saying disappointment is a sign of faith. And I know you may say, Pastor Andre, I'm not tracking with you. I don't understand what you're saying. I thought you would bring up something more positive and give me a chance to unwrap it and unpack it. But if you think with me and if you start tracking with me, you'll quite understand what I'm saying. So disappointment is a major sign of faith. So let me give you this example. I think it'll help you. So let's say there are a set of kids who live with their mother and they go with their father every summer. And so the first year that they go with their father says, we're going to go to Disney World this summer when you stay with me. They go, the summer comes, the summer passes, they don't go to Disney World. Next year, the dad says, hey, we didn't make it last year, but this year when you come for the summer, we're going to Disney World. Summer comes, summer goes, they don't go to Disney World. Third year, same thing, same scenario. Fourth year, the dad says, hey, the previous years we didn't make it, but hey, I'm sure we're going to be able to go to Disney World. Now, more than likely, by the fourth time, the kids will no longer be disappointed because it's happened to them so many times that they just say, yeah, okay, if we go, we go. If we don't, we go. Dad says this every year and we never go. So they don't get their hopes up. And so they don't go with the expectation that, hey, we're going to Disney World this summer because it's never happened. So they don't get disappointed when the fourth year comes around and dad doesn't come through again. Because the only way they could be disappointed is if they believe again. If somehow they muster the faith to believe the fourth year is going to happen and it doesn't happen and they're extremely disappointed, it shows that they actually believed. So disappointment is a sign of faith. So this is a double-edged sword, though. This idea that disappointment is a sign of faith. Okay, I got you, Pastor Andre. With that explanation, I understand that when I actually believe, that's the only way I can be disappointed. So that's a sign of faith, but that doesn't make me feel any better because the pain of disappointment actually proves that I truly, truly believed, but then it didn't happen. So yeah, okay, I got you. Disappointment is a sign of faith, but that just means it hurts more. It means I really believed and it really didn't happen. I really believed my marriage would turn around and it didn't happen. I really believed my loved one would be healed from their sickness and they died. So yeah, I got you. My disappointment was a sign of faith, but that doesn't make me feel any better, Pastor, because all it does is show me that I got let down. And I got you. I understand. I've been there. And honestly, I'm there now. That's why I'm sharing it with you. This is something I've been thinking about. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts to be disappointed, especially when you really, really, really believed. But as I've been thinking about it, what's the alternative? The alternative is, okay, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm going to start playing it safe. I'm no longer going to believe. And that way I won't be disappointed. So now I'm going to protect myself from disappointment. But what does that do? What does that prove? What benefit is there in playing it safe? What I want to submit to you, not only is disappointment a sign that you really believe, I want to prove to you, because you've been disappointed, it actually has expanded you and built you to the place where you've got nothing to lose. Well, if I believe that the business is going to turn around this year and it doesn't happen, man, I'm going to be disappointed. But what I want to share with you is you've already been there. What would it hurt to believe again? Well, I'm going to be disappointed. Well, yeah, you've been there. And it didn't take you out. You've been disappointed and somehow you still made it. So what I'm learning is that the disappointment, yes, it shows you that you have faith, but it also shows you what's the worst that could happen. If I believe the marriage is going to turn around this year and it doesn't, what's the worst that can happen to me trying again next year? It may be that the previous disappointment has built me for the long-term faith that I need for the journey of the actual manifestation. When a person wins an Oscar and they get up there and they cry and they thank a whole bunch of people, and then they actually have to play the music to get them off the stage, they're not really just that emotional and that excited and listing that many people because they won. They're doing that because of the journey of all the losses, all the times they were nominated and were disappointed, all the times that the audition didn't work, all those times. It actually makes the journey, and then it makes the destination that much sweeter. It brings so much more emotion to it because you understand what it's like to be disappointed. And now you understand what it's like to win. You understand what it's like for the faith to manifest. You understand what it's like to have your dreams realized. So if you start playing it safe now, and you start giving up now, and you start quitting now, and you start hanging your head in the sand now, the only thing you're going to do is rob yourself. You're going to rob yourself of the journey. You're going to rob yourself of the fun. I got to get out of here, but let me add this. There's a movie that I enjoyed, and the movie was called Taken. Liam Neeson, where his family and his daughter was taken, and he said, "I'm going to do everything to get my daughter back." Man, the ride and the excitement, the suspense of the drama of him trying to get his child back was amazing. I loved it. But by the time we get to Taken 4, Taken 5, I'm not watching those. There's no suspense. There's nothing there because they're playing it safe. They're just rehashing the same old story. So I'm not even wasting my time trying to watch. I don't care how many Takens they come out with. After the first, second, maybe even the third, I lost interest because they played it too safe. They're giving me the same thing. So if you decide to rip all the suspense, all the drama out of your journey by no longer believing, then all you're going to do is live a boring existence. All you're going to do is rob yourself of the what ifs, of getting your hopes up. And yeah, maybe you get your hopes up and it comes crashing down again. Maybe you get your hopes up, we're going to Disney World, and you get let down again. But there's something beautiful about going through the faith journey. One other thing before I get out of here and let you go. There was a quite interesting statement that the disciples make. The disciples said to Jesus, "Lord, increase our faith." They asked him a pointed question, "Increase our faith." Jesus, we want you to increase it. And instead of increasing their faith, like it seems like they wanted him to do, he turned around and tells them a story. And in the story, he basically says, if a man would plant a seed like a mustard seed, and he gives them this long story about what we come up with mustard seed faith. But I caught the revelation in that. The revelation is there's only one way to increase your faith, is to plant the faith that you have. In other words, I'm not going to abracadabra and boom, your faith increases. No, you got to take what you have and you have to sow it again. So even though you've been disappointed, even though you've been hurt, even though you've cried yourself to sleep, the only way to win in the faith game is to try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. So what I want you to do, I want you to bottle the disappointment up and use it as fuel to step out and launch out one more time. Shoot one more time. Go for it one more time, because the next time might be the time, or maybe not. Maybe it's the time after that. All I know is that when you finally arrive and the dream is actually realized, it's going to be so, so sweet. So don't allow the disappointment to rob you of the chance to have an amazing journey on the way to where you're going. Believe again, hope again. Don't let the devil trick you. Don't throw in the towel. It's way too early. You can't quit until you win. Until you win, it's way too early to quit. God bless you.